Did the United States Federal Reserve just save Bitcoin for the season? Well, they may just have. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what the Federal Reserve just announced and how it affected the rest of the markets, not just Bitcoin, but the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500. And in the ongoing case of the SEC versus Ripple, John Deaton, who has the major class action lawsuit against the SEC regarding the injuries to XRP investors, is now over 65,000 strong, and he was on a podcast earlier today, and he lays out everything that we've been talking about, not just on this channel, but other Ripple and XRP YouTubers have been talking about with this case versus the SEC, and he outlines all of the misconduct, the potential corruption, at the very minimum conflict of interest, and lays it out like a good lawyer would. So I'm going to talk about where you can actually go and listen to that podcast in this video. Also, some news on the upcoming Sologenic AirDrop, that the snapshot is coming soon. The price action is going very bullish regardless of what Bitcoin is. So I'm going to tell you what my outlook is for the Sologenic app and some dates to look out for, and why I think the Sologenic airdrop could be one of the biggest airdrops this year. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. Right now on this channel, we are covering the Ripple versus the SEC case, as well as other cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all those topics interest you, make sure you hit the subscribe button, join the Late Night Grind community. And if you're feeling generous, I'd really appreciate it if you do two things. Number one, smash that thumbs up button, and number two, watch this video all the way to the end. Those really are the two best things you can do to support a YouTube channel. So if you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So the first thing I wanted to direct your attention to is after you're done watching this video, I'm going to link down in the description below. It's actually going to be a link to my Twitter profile. On my Twitter profile, I have pinned the link to the John Deaton podcast that he just did earlier this morning. And on it, it's a long form content. He actually lays out all the different documents, all the things, all the depositions that Ripple and the SEC went through, as well as talk about all the conflicts of interest, the potential corruption, all the different coverage that the mainstream news is now giving it, and he kind of lays it out really, really well. This is one of those that should go viral. So if you go see that tweet, retweet it if you have a Twitter account, because this needs to get the attention of other people in Congress. This is one of those factors that could drive other mainstream media outlets to actually target this investigation and blow it through the roof. So after you're done watching this video, go ahead and check that out. John Deaton does an amazing job, lays it out like a great lawyer should. Again, that is pinned to my Twitter profile. You can see the link in the description below. Go follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Now I want to talk about what the big story of the 15th was, and that was what the United States Federal Reserve has just announced. Well, Jerome Powell came out and he announced what a lot of people had been anticipating him to say, and that is they were going to be pulling back the stimulus, as well as announced that they're not doing anything with interest rates right now, but that next year there will be several interest rate increases. The markets responded. Not only did crypto respond, the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 all jumped, all while he was giving his speech. By the end of the day, Bitcoin had actually risen about a little over $2,000 from what it was earlier this morning. And of course, all the altcoins went right along with it. Now, I've seen a bunch of different analysis because people have wildly different analysis on what he said and what it's actually going to do specifically to the crypto markets. Because Charles Gasparino of Fox Business, who has actually been an ally in the case of the SEC versus Ripple, because he's been doing some great investigatory work in that, but he also said today on an interview that he thought that the announcement that they were going to be doing a little bit of only a few rate hikes and very small rate hikes at that, he thought that was good news for what he called the meme coin market and the crypto market. And it kind of sounded a little bit strange hearing that, well, speculative assets like those would actually rise, because everything rose today, because all markets rose today. Even gold jumped a little bit, and you know gold only jumps when there's major news in the market. So I've also read some speculation that interest rate hikes are typically seen as good because it signals a strong economy, and a strong economy typically sees inflow to things like investment markets. So Bitcoin is now considered a big investment market, and so a lot of the people are speculating that that is why you saw a big jump today, because people that are investing in cryptos also know that that signals a stronger economy. But we'll have to see. I've seen other analysis that say, well, listen, rate hikes are going to do nothing but crash the economy and force the Fed's hand into printing even more money in the coming years. That's going to be something that we're going to have to see play out over the course of 2022. Right now, it's all speculative, but in the meantime, these markets are rising. All right, now I want to talk about what could be one of the biggest airdrops in all of crypto, at least this year. Sologenic is going to be doing their snapshot on December 24th, seeing who they owe some Solo tokens to. If you own Solo tokens or XRP, you're going to be getting a little bit of an airdrop. Well, right now, the price action is waffling back and forth between $5 and $6 for the Solo token. And they're doing a 200 million token airdrop, which means if the prices stay as they are right now, let's say $5, that's $1 billion airdrop. Between the 100 million tokens going to Solo holders and 100 million tokens going to XRP holders, $1 billion worth of Solo are going to be airdropped in January. Now, the prices in January might be a little bit different than what they are now. And what they are now, that's probably going to be different on December 24th when they actually do the snapshot. I've been paying close attention to this, and it looks like there's some increase in buying activity. The price is actually staying fairly level compared to what the rest of the market is doing, and it does have a little bit of its ups and downs when Bitcoin and crypto has its ups and downs, but not wildly as much. And right now, I see it only going up, possibly $10, $12, maybe $15 before snapshot time. Now, a lot of people are going to be rushing in because when people see that this is a billion, even possibly $2 billion airdrop, depending on what that price is around snapshot time, there's going to be a lot of people FOMOing in, trying to get their hands on whatever Solo tokens that they can. Either that, or they're going to try and get their hands on some cheap XRP, which, well, it's around 83 cents right now, and, well, back in the spring, we didn't think it was going to be dropping this low again, but it did. But nonetheless, you can still get more XRP and get more Solo tokens for your airdrop. Now, do I think the price of a Solo token is going to drop after that snapshot? Yes, I do. Based on 3 other snapshots that I have studied, after snapshots, prices typically drop anywhere from 20 to 40%. But depending on what that token is, it rebounds quite quickly. Also, watch out for December 20th. That is going to be a date in which some big news comes out that Sologenic said they will be announcing. Now, I've seen more and more mainstream coverage of this Sologenic app and this airdrop. Specifically, I've seen an article on MSNBC and an article on Yahoo Finance. So word is getting around. So let me know in the comment section below what you think is actually going to happen after this massive, could be potentially billion, even multi-billion dollar airdrop of the Solo token. And specifically regarding around some of that news that I just saw, a lot of it was talking around that NFT marketplace and how there's going to be no gas fees because it's built on the XRP ledger, and the cost of minting will cost like 5/1 millionth of a cent or something like that. It's ridiculously cheap. Word of that is starting to get around. Now, Solana's taking a huge chunk of the NFT market from Ethereum right now. Next spring, you could be seeing the same thing from the XRP ledger market. All right, guys, well, I want to thank you for watching this video all the way in, giving it a big thumbs up, and a big reminder, go and check out my Twitter feed. There's a link in the description below. Check out the podcast that John Deaton was on, in which he lays out the case really against the SEC and all the conflicts of interest they have. It's an awesome, awesome resource. Go and retweet it, share it with everybody that will listen. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.